And welcome to Clayfiland's Global Cooking Challenge. Tonight is night one of cooking the food of Uganda, week and country number 181 as we work our way around the world, working from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe in our 4-year-long Learn to Cook Around the World Challenge. We are simulcasting Periscope also, and they've been patiently waiting over here, or not. And now let me get my lens on. Again, if you want to see the bird's eye view, you can check into Periscope over there. Hello, Nigel. Thank you for the like and the restream. Good evening. Let me get this going. It has been weird trying to simulcast at the same time. I got a new iPad for the bird's eye view there just last night, so yeehaw. Okay, come on, get on. Be good. All right, now we're ready. So what are we making tonight? Tonight we're making three things. A Gujarati Tilapia with a mango relish, which is of Indian origin. There is a long history of people from India and Uganda, which we can get into a bit later. But the foods of India and the foods of Great Britain and India via Great Britain all kind of affected everything. Thank you, yes. If Meerkat's better when the scheduling is working, which it did not today. But hopefully they'll get that cleared up. So let's get you some juice, and we can wait for others to arrive. I haven't turned on the location services on the Periscope. We'll see if that was a good idea or a bad idea. So we're going to start off with the tilapia, and I need to get up a bowl or two and get this camera up here going. So we got some tilapia. The food of Uganda, most of it does not, that's wonderful, doesn't feature a whole lot of seafood. However, along the lake region, it can. Although it would be freshwater fish, in this case we have tilapia going, because that's what we could get here. So I'm going to get our tilapia, we're going to score it, and then we're going to make the marinade for it. So, plate, and I just bought this now at the supermarket. So we got our organically grown tilapia fillets. Normally one could use the entire fish, but we're just going to use these tilapia fillets. So get those down on the plate there. And there's about a pound of fish, which I hope isn't too much, because we're not going to have a whole lot of room for leftovers. Alrighty, so now that we have that, we're going to score it, put some few slits into it to let the marinade kind of get into the fish. Like I said, normally this would be, with the whole fish. And the marinade is going to have a lot of Indian flavors to it. The background being that there was a long history of people from India coming over to Uganda until the 1970s, when Idi Amin came into power, and at a certain point in the 70s he kind of told them all, get out or get killed. And so a lot of people got out, a lot of people got killed. So some people have been coming back in more recent times, but that's kind of the background as to why we have, like, curry flavors and such in an Ugandan dish. There's a lot of crossover between India and various parts of the world for reasons sort of like that. So once we have done our slits on the fish, and I need to take my picture. then we are going to get our marinade ready, and that's going to go in this bowl over here. And for that, we're going to have 4 tablespoons of canola oil coming right up. Hello, Ellie. And who do we got here? Gara. Greetings. Thank you for joining us. And okay, 4 tablespoons of canola oil. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And to that, we are going to add 4 crushed garlic cloves. So let's go with those together. I hate the tiny garlic cloves. They're still like the bane of my existence. Okay, 1 moment. I was very rushed today. Not only had to run around all of town to get all my various ingredients. Thank you for the like, Deco. Thank you very much. So we're getting 4 garlic cloves out here. That's going to be like 2, 3, 4. I say all of you. That might be the whole rest of it too. So we're going to peel and crush these. And I need trash. So this is going to be served with another dish. Now, where I found this particular recipe, which this young Indian woman whose father had lived in Uganda, and then they moved back to Uganda. So she had put up the recipe for this. This particular recipe, she had suggested making with roti, R-O-T-I, roti, which is a flatbread. We've made this flatbread several times already. We made it with coconut for Sri Lanka, and then we made it a sort of one version for Guyana, and there's about more than a dozen different kinds of roti. And we've made it for Suriname as well. So that I didn't want to make the roti again, considering that I had basically, since I only have 2 nights that we're cooking this week, I only had 1 shot at making what's going to be the side dish of this, which is going to be a particular favorite of Uganda, which I'll show you in a minute as soon as I throw this out. Which is going to be green bananas with a groundnut, aka peanut sauce. The banana is incorporated into just about everything, any meal in Uganda you can find. From snacks to breakfast to lunch to dinner. It can be, sweet bananas. It can be, I'm adding these to the oil over here. But it can be green bananas, which we're going to be using, which are starchy, and or they can be ripe bananas, and they can be overripe bananas, which would be more like a dessert. So bananas all over everything, and a lot of things which you'll see on Tuesday are also steamed in banana leaves. That's kind of a standard cooking practice for a number of different dishes around the world and in Uganda. We'll be doing that on Tuesday, though. However, since peanut butter, aka groundnut sauce, is quite the thing throughout most of sub-Saharan Africa, it's no surprise that it's a big thing in Uganda also. However, despite having done 160 countries already and having done 51 African countries already, oddly enough, we had not yet had the combination of the groundnut sauce, the peanut butter, and the green bananas together. And in this case, we've done green bananas a couple times, and you'll see it in a moment when we get to that. So now we've added the garlic to the oil here. Let me wash my hands again. So now, thankfully, the Periscope view should be a lot better than it has been previously, and hopefully the microphone works this time too, because it didn't before. And the other iPad has been shipped off to recycling. Okay, now we're gonna add cumin seeds. So I'm gonna need. Hi, Periscope people. We're going behind you. Pardon my reach. So we have our mortar and pestle. We're going to add dry cumin seeds. We're going to need 2 tablespoons worth of that. So, grabbing you, just about another whole package of cumin seeds. And we are looking for 2 teaspoons of that. 2 teaspoons of that. And again, I apologize to anyone on Periscope if you ever comment and I don't see, because most of the commentary is happening over on the Meerkat side, and I'm only looking over my shoulder every now and then. So, away with thee. And we're looking for Don't Cut Yourself. 2 teaspoons of crushed cumin seeds. So first you've got to crush them. Derek says, the telescope feature is crystal clear. The microphone is working, and there are a few more people than before. Yes. There was one person at the very beginning, I don't know who it was, but while I had to go and take care of getting this started, it was just the lovely view of the counter for a minute, with nothing. I may have scared that person away. So we're looking for 2 teaspoons here. So 1, 2, and then we crush it. I'm crushing your head! I'm crushing your head! Okay, so it just dawned upon me, Derek, that you have 2 devices also. I don't know why. Why that's a surprise. I've got 3 devices going here, and a watch. No, I had to go last night to the store, and I got me the new iPad Pro. Yay! Thank you for the restream, Gara. So we're crushing our cumin seeds. This is already very fragrant. And again, this is 2 teaspoons. This is for the marinade for the tilapia, which is sitting right here. How's that look? Does that look sufficiently crushed to you? How about you? Can you smell it? I can smell it. I wish I could find the words to describe what cumin smells like. It, for some reason, I'm thinking like, it sounds crazy to say it smells like citrus. I don't have the vocabulary for it. Okay, I say it's crushed enough. So let's add you to you. In case you're wondering why I'm taking pictures of everything, this is for the blog. The blog is located at cliffyland.com. You can, the blogs are posted every Wednesday night. It covers everything for the entire week of cooking. Information about the countries, pictures, links to the original recipes, links to the videos, and reviews of how everything went. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter at CliffyLand, on Tumblr, on Instagram, on Pinterest, and on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can. Thank you. Hey, Yolanda, thank you for the restream. So, cumin seeds, we're adding 2 teaspoons of salt. Gong. 2 teaspoons of salt. Okay. So right hand, left hand again. If I had a little picture on my camera on my head, it would be a lot easier. Good luck with your new toy, my friend. Thank you. I'm using the the iPad Air for the Periscope and taking pictures with the Pro, which is confusing to me because I'm going to have to switch things out after I'm done. Okay, 2 teaspoons of salt going in. That's the second teaspoon. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of black pepper. Come on. Okay. We had all manner of issues with things in the family today with iPads and phones and all sort of confusion. People are confused. It's okay. So, okay, now here goes in the black pepper. Those pictures are going to look a lot better now. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of chili powder to this. Who do we have here? I'm watching you on my Samsung phone and Periscope and my other on Meerkat. Indeed. Giha. And who do we have? G-Man or Gaman. Hello. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Now we're going to add some paprika. I just went out and bought more paprika because I'd used up the paprika that we have, and so we've got a world of paprika basically. And I need to figure out where the other paprika is. We have 2 kinds. We have 2 kinds, I know I do. I'm going to go with the regular. Actually, we have 3 kinds. We also have the hot Hungarian paprika, we have smoked paprika, and I have like the generic Badia paprika, EC. So this is going to give a little bit of kick, and no, the paprika comes later. My bad. I'm looking for chili powder this time. Not that dissimilar, but this is chili powder. My mistake. Paprika comes in the other part of the dish. Thankfully, I realized it before. Hey, Carrie Osborne, thank you for liking the restream. We are running low on the chili powder, but we're looking for a teaspoon of that. And we are listening to music of Uganda, if you could not tell. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, in goes the chili powder. And then we're going to need to get some turmeric. Turmeric, just stopping by, hopefully catch you in a bit. Well, we'll still be here. Thank you for coming by. Xanthan, is it? Nathan, thank you for the like. Hello. And like I said, we're Meerscoping today. We're on Periscope and Meerkat, and the Periscope is better than it was before. Turmeric. Again, I could not live without the turmeric. I'm going to need to buy a giant vat of it soon. So we're looking for 3/4 teaspoons of the turmeric. And now, if this was the best of all possible worlds, we would be taking marinating this for overnight or something, but it's only going to marinate for as long as it takes for me to do the other dish, which may be like an hour. So it said a minimum of 20 minutes, so it'll be more than 20 minutes at least. So there's that. And we're going to add the juice of 1 lemon. So I got me a lemon. Just a moment. Okay. So, where's my lemon juicer? Okay, lemon juicer here. Lose this stupid sticker. And Kenneth! Hey there, thank you for the like and the restream. We're making our marinade for our tilapia first. So we're going to add the juice of a lemon here and get my picture going. Also, like I said, we're better on Periscope now. I also added the location services thing on there. So I hope I don't live to regret that. No. That's 1/2, and then the other half. Now, if you want to get more juice out of your lemon, you can microwave it for about 10 seconds. I could have done that, but I didn't. And yes, rolling it on the counter, which I didn't really either. So, get that seed out of there. Okay, now we're going to whisk this together, which means getting out the whisk. Indeed. And then we're going to somehow get it into the slits that we cut in the fish. There for now. Okay. This is where I was debating whether and how. I guess I'm doing it on the plate. I thought I was going to do this in a bowl, but I guess I'm doing it on the plate. Okay. There. And watching the Japanese earthquake coverage on Nikkei TV, that seems very tragic. I have not seen any of the actual coverage other than just the basic information of what's happening, and that's very sad. I mean, it's just difficult. So I'm gonna spoon this onto the fish. Let me get one picture of that before I start doing it. Focus. Thank you. And so now, try getting it onto here. You know what? I'm going to wind up putting it in the bowl anyway. I don't know how you press it into the slits. I mean, again, normally this would be done with the whole fish and not just with just 3 confirmed dead on this one. That's tragic. Well, could be worse, but it's still tragic. And so now we have that. We're going to cover this, and oh, screw it, I'll put it in here. I'm gonna put everything in here, because eventually the whole shebang, we're gonna use up the marinade. I'll just spoon it off the plate. Plate's big enough. Again, it's rare for us to have freshwater fish here where we are in Florida. When I go to the fishmonger, they kind of laugh at me because the fishmonger has the fish that's, you know, saltwater fish, fresh from the ocean, which is right there. There are some really good cooking shows on NHK. I bet there are. Okay, so now let's cover that. Now, normally I'd be using my lily pads for this, but I think I'm going to use plastic wrap this time, as much as I hate it. Okay, hate plastic wrap so much. And that's why. It's just a damn mess. OCD is a terrible burden. Okay. Okay, so now we've got that covered. Be right back. Not a problem. We'll still be here. Harrison Ford. What about Harrison Ford? I must have lost something in context there. Luke. I must have missed something. There's some... Walleye pike is the best. I'm sure I've had that at some point. Not that I recall, though. Again, freshwater fish you don't get too much of. I think I've done trout, I've done catfish. Surprised, catfish gets a bad name. But when I cooked catfish way back before meerkat, it was very tasty, and I was really quite surprised. Although I have friends who turn their noses up, saying, the bottom-feeding fish, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I liked it. And then again, I grew up here in Florida, and no matter what background you are, you wind up having foods of all the different peoples that reside here in South Florida. And for the, southerner side, you'd get a lot of fried catfish bowls. So sometimes I get a craving for that. Who are we looking at here? This is Stacy. Thank you for the like and the restream. Hello, Sadad. Greetings. And so now that we have that in the fridge, we're going to start on our mango relish, which is going to be interesting. So for this, we got a green mango. Hello, Lavender Femchi. Thank you for the like and the restream. We've got a green mango for this. I hope it's a green mango. I got a mango. I was standing at the checkout counter on the produce stand, and I saw it, and I said, well, I hope it's green enough. It seems kind of green. Second boat is the best is the bass. Now, I know I've had sea bass. Like bass, like not sea bass. Yes. Okay, so supposedly this is with green mango. I'm not, this whole process is me learning to cook. It's taken me 4 years to get this far. But if there's something elementary I am honking up, bear with me. So we've got our mango here, and I'm going to peel it with a vegetable peeler as indicated. Seems green enough. That reminds me. One thing I have learned when peeling a mango, have a paper towel handy. So this is going to be peeled, and then it's going to be, of all things, it's going to be grated to make the relish. I always bang the hell out of my knuckles when I do this. Okay, hold with paper towel so your hands don't get all slimy. And you can keep a grip on things. Ow. Bang the crap out of my knuckles. So, I found my kitchen cabinets online reasonable. Oh, that's great. Hey, Anthony Gilmore, thank you for liking the restream. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Again, we are scoping. We're also on Periscope. I'm wondering if I should. I think I'll still be. Michael, thank you for the like and the restream. You can zoom in a bit on Periscope. Really, that's interesting. Oh, you mean I can, or you can on the viewer end? It would be interesting if I could on this end, but of course I can't when I'm doing this. Okay. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, let me get rid of this stuff. Be right back. And now I'm gonna cut this into chunks. Wish me luck on that. Yep, large chunks it says. And I've had mango a million times as a kid, but I think preparing it myself, maybe, you know, mostly since I started this challenge. Which means I've done like 4. You, the streamer. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm a-trying. It's, I'm glad the weather is kind of okay, because it was scary there for a moment when I was on Justin's stream earlier. It was just really scary. We were getting these severe thunderstorm warnings, and it was saying, of all things, here in South Florida, we would see hail. Hail is not really common here. So, I'm doing my best to get this mango chunked and get as much of it as I can. This is, mangoes are not yet in season here in South Florida. They were just in bloom a bit ago, which is why everyone's allergies are all over the place here. That's as much as we're getting out of this one. And now we're going to grate that sucker. Or I guess I'm using this. Hey, Mom! Thank you for the like. I'm glad you got back home okay. And we're also on Periscope. So, wash hands one more time. Okay, so mango, well, you know what, I should just take a picture of it now, because it's not going to be great to try to take a picture while I'm grating it. So we're grating the mango into a bowl. Chinese vegetable knife. Again with that, yes. Oh, you mean for the cooking. That would make, for the chopping, that would make sense, wouldn't it? I don't think of it too often. Usually, like when I've been chopping some, like a huge thing, like pumpkin or papaya, then it comes to mind. So I have done it when you have one, watching on Periscope, zoom in some when you get a chance. Yeah, well, after I do this. Don't have to stop and wash my hands yet another time. Okay. Ow. You know, when I took that one cooking class, which I've mentioned before, they were all happy and excited about this one quote-unquote tip/secret that they had thought up, which they thought was genius. I think makes no sense, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and you're going to think it makes no sense either. Kenneth says my emoticons are not working. Meerkat is all honked up today. I had scheduled the stream, and it vanished. And I scheduled it again, and it vanished. So, and apparently someone mentioned, hello there, who are we looking at there? Knuckle Punch. M. Zori, thank you. Hey there. Thank you for joining us. We are on Meerkat and on Periscope. Okay. Got this hand. Oh, wow, you can. Neato keen. That's pretty wild. I'm going to zoom a little bit out again. In, out. Better. Okay. I just want you to lose whatever other detail. In any case, they were talking about grading, and they had box graders up, and they said, oh, we found a perfect grade that you keep from having your knuckles damaged and stuff. And they said they put saran wrap around. We're going to have about 12 inches of snow tomorrow. Wow. I saw snow last week in Columbus, and I'm back to the 90-degree weather here. In any case, but they said they put saran wrap around a box grater, and that way they don't have to clean it. I'm thinking, well, then how does it grate? And the whole thing of it is it having the sharp edges so things go through the holes. So I did not quite understand that idea. Something was lost on me there. You seeing? You seeing? You see a little bit? One to the left. More like this? Better like this or better like this? Okay. Thankfully, it's only one mango. Otherwise, I'd be in a world of hurt. But yours truly is doing a second half marathon on Sunday morning. So I think I'm more than ready. I mean, at this point, I can do 13 miles just for kicks. Yeah, any day I feel like it. So last time I had doing this, at this point I was totally losing my mind, thinking, oh my god, how am I going to make it? Am I going to die? Am I going to fall apart? Am I going to have to walk? Am I going to be carried? Am I going to be too slow? Now I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine. Which is handy. And now my injuries are all sort of cleared up too, which is nice, so I'm not in pain. So yay, physical therapy. Because I did my 10 miles yesterday without complaint. You know what? I could have run through this through the food processor, I realize now. But, live and learn. Ow, dang it. Bloody knuckles. Congrats, thank you. Yeah, I did my first one in 2012, and the actual racing part was phenomenal. The before the race started part was kind of excruciating because I was by myself. So this time I have some friends that are doing it too, so they're going to keep me company. So I'll have someone to complain to when the, you know, rev you up group participation cheering part happens and I want to run for the hills. It's just not really my thing. I'm going to have to put up with people doing the cha-cha slide. I just know it. I am paying the price for all my years of running blasted knees. Oh dear. You know what? A, thankfully my knees are perfectly okay, and B, I presume that part of that is because I didn't start running until just, you know, now 6 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. God dang it. I'm gonna say that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. Tasty though. Yum. Yep. I finished grading them all. All graded. Okay. So, my God, it's good. That is tasty. So once we have that, we're going to add the other stuff to the bowl. So let me get rid of this because it's very messy right now. That was my eye. Okay. One moment, please. Alright, now that I have water on my glasses. And what's wrong with the cha-cha slide? I cannot deal with the cha-cha slide. I cannot deal with anything that is a, you know, if it's anything you would ever hear at a wedding or wedding reception, shoot me. YMCA, cha-cha slide, any of that, no. Electric slide, get me out of the room. As quickly as possible. Yeah, so that's why I don't do a whole lot of group events. I was very grateful that the wedding reception we went to last weekend did not involve that. So, just saying. Okay, we're gonna add some stuff here. We're gonna add some sugar to our mango salsa. And we're going to be adding 1.5 teaspoons of that. So 1.5 teaspoons of sugar Let me dry this out some more. Hello, is this still okay? Yeah, I guess that's okay. So one. Oh, hi Jim. I didn't say hi to you there, by the way. Thanks for being here. So 1.5. I lost the half. Come back half. That's 3/4. Half. Half. Okay. And it's 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. And I am an urban hermit. I dig that. I totally dig that. And we're adding 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This is our half, yes. Okay, right hand, left hand. Oopsie doopsie, here we go. And salt. And a pinch of the chili powder. Okay, I guess we're back with the chili powder again. I didn't think I needed it again. I was wrong. It says a pinch, so. Yeah, that's a pinch. Have you tried the red boat on pizza? No, I have not yet. We haven't made a pizza since you brought that up. Although I did try it on a sandwich. I made a sandwich, but it wasn't a roast beef sandwich, so it was just kind of liquidy on there. But I got you in mind, so worry not. Okay, now we gotta mix this all together. So let me get a fork for that. This is our mango salsa, which is going to be on top of the fish, on the tilapia, which is marinating in the fridge. Mom, thank you for the restream. I'm curious what this tastes like. The foods of Uganda are it's really curious, and it kind of, as with every country, it has to do with the nature of the country, how it formed, what people live in it, the geography of it, the politics, who colonized it, who did what to who. All of that works itself into the food. I use it on hamburgers. Interesting. You know what? We had tuna burgers last night. I could have used it on that. I'll remember that next time. Okay, let's see what this is. It sounds perfect with fish. This tastes like a perfect complement to fish. That is great. Great, great, great. So we've got our marinade there. And, or not our marinade, our topping rather, our salsa. So let's put that aside. And then move on. It is 6:45 now. Let me mark off where I am. Okay, now we're going to switch to our green bananas dish. So the green bananas are called matoke. And it can be spelled a number of different ways. But one way is M-A-T-O-K-E, matoke. I also saw it with 2 O's. So could be either way. But green bananas, we've cooked with green bananas before. It's like a starch, but it's kind of hard to find bananas that are really, really hard green. You'll find bananas that are almost ripe, that are kind of green, but then will like turn ripe in a day or two, which is kind of what's sitting back over there. So I have to go to a special market that caters to people from Latin America, Africa, the Caribbean here that would be looking for green bananas. So here are the hard green bananas, and I'm going to use 3 of them. And I'm going to use the other 3 on Tuesday. Ellie, you're popular. And so the green bananas, the way we're going to do this is you need to rip them apart, and then you need to put them in something, which is in this case going to be a bowl. And before I do that, I need to have a lemon ready. Okay, lemon number 2. Catch you later. Have a good one. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for coming by. Put Red Boat on a plate and let it dry. Would be funny if it was Red Bull. On a plate and let it dry to a crust, then put a grilled beefsteak on it. Interesting. Oh God, it's ambrosia. Interesting. I don't get a lot of time to freestyle. Usually when I'm not doing this, I'm not cooking. Or either going out or the husband's just doing something. So, but I definitely will keep it in mind. Worry not. So, got our lemon ready, and let me get my juicer back out. Okay, so our green bananas, we need to cut the ends off. I can see myself. So cutting the ends off. Now the green bananas, as they be found in Uganda, listen, I've seen green bananas, I've worked with green bananas. That is a Japanese technique. Oh, okay. They reference the sap on the bananas being very, very sticky. And, you know, growing up in South Florida and Puerto Rico, where I saw plenty of bananas, I don't necessarily remember one way or the other. But they went through this whole rigmarole about, you know, peeling them and such. And they're peeling them in a way that's not the way I would do it, or I have done it. I'm doing it the way I would do a plantain, which is to score it and then to peel the skin back. Instead, they were kind of slicing each piece off. In fact, I'm running out of space here, so hold on. I won't need you again. But maybe they were right. In fact, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Santos, hey there. Thank you for the like and the restream. Now that I think about it, the last couple times I worked with green bananas, instead of peeling them first, we cooked them in the skin and then peeled the skin off. Which, you know, if I had my druthers, I would be doing that right now. However, I want to do it the traditional way that I was seeing from the Ugandans, so I'm going to do that. Even though my brain suggests that I should do it in the skin as I normally have. And there goes most of the banana. But this is very starchy, so it's just like a potato or any other tuber, starchy tuber. And it has a similar flavor. It works really well with lemon. You're going to see that in a minute. We're going to put this lemon on it, basically to keep it from oxidizing. And oh, that's why. That's why they're cutting it up first. You're going to see in a minute. Because the lemon has to get into it. Raven, thank you for the like. New York City. Yeah, see, I'm treating this like a plantain. It's not acting like a plantain would, which is interesting. I'm biased. One can use plantains for this also. In fact, this particular recipe was thinking one would be using plantains, but there's a variety of different options on that. Hello. Green bananas. But the deal is with Uganda that when the British sort of made it a country, they just, like they did a number of other places, they just drew lines and said, okay, this is a country now, not realizing that there was a wide variety of very different people from different geographies, with different languages, from different tribes, different everything, and they kind of lumped them all together into one country. And that's kind of what was happening when they became independent and they couldn't really form a government, and that's when Idi Amin came in and started his brutal rule there. So, because there wasn't a foundation of one government for this land before. Idi Amin died in his sleep, which doesn't quite seem fair, but hey. So, Now, he was exiled to Saudi Arabia. Well, he ended up in Saudi Arabia eventually anyway. He and his various wives. So if you've seen the, not that it's, you know, an exact depiction of what really happened, but the Last King of Scotland, hey, Derek, Scotland, with, was it Forrest Whitaker, is an interesting view of Idi Amin and Uganda. Not completely accurate, but, you know, what film ever really is. Too deep. Okay, I just don't want to lose half the banana in the process. And I'm only making enough for the two of us right now, because it could be more. Come on. I'm going too slow on this. But of course, I'm not an expert at doing this, so. Don't lose the whole banana. Okay, I still have a bit here that needs to go. Not that much. Okay. So now we have that in here. Let me lose this. We're going to cover this. We're going to chop this into pieces. Into 1-inch pieces. And then we're going to cover that with lemon juice. No, not you. You can get out of there. Thank you. So there was a strange proposal to make Uganda into the homeland for post-World War II Jews. Yeah! I saw a thing that I didn't... yeah, that's really weird. But I remember hearing that, and then I forgot about it, and then when I was doing my research, I was looking into the cuisine stuff, but then like Ugandan Jews or whatever thing came up, and I said, you know, there's something about that I remember, but it's slipping my mind, and that was it. Yeah, I was thinking more about the whole Raid on Entebbe thing, which was in the 70s, which, Kenneth, I'm sure you remember. Younger people may not. There was a... They made a TV movie here of it. I mean, it was an actual event that we all saw in the news, but the TV movie was... I think it was a TV movie. Was really good. About the hijacked plane and such. There was a story that you just said that. Okay, so I'm going to put the lemon juice all over that. Yeah, the thing was that they'd hijacked the plane, and it was about Israel and the Jews and whatever, and but the key moment was when everyone was hostage, someone kicked one of these boxes, supposedly had bombs in it or something, and noticed it was empty, and that was kind of a key moment that they knew, hey, the boxes are empty. So we've cut this into cubes, and now we're going to squeeze the the lemon into it. The last day for this lemon here. So squeeze. Okay. And lemon goes all over the bananas. And that has to sit for about 10-20 minutes. And not on my face. Ow. Okay. And... Banana, 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 banana. That went over like a slice of ham in a Passover feast. Yeah, Bananas with lemon. Okay, so green bananas with lemon. So now, what happens? We let that sit for 10 to 20 minutes. So it'd be like 7:10, 7:20. And so now we're going to prep our peanut butter sauce, our groundnut sauce, for that. This, I have no idea how this first part is going to go. I'm a little scared, I think it's gonna get a little loud, so you know you may need to hit your mute button or so forth or turn down your volume because this could get scary. You know what this means? This is our blender. Muhammad, thank you. Greetings. Assalamu alaikum. Blender. We are going to get us some 8 ounces of, I need to clean the cutting board, of peanuts. Rather than get fresh, organic, natural, unsweetened peanut butter, which would have been easy, I've gone with the difficult. For the first time, I'm going to try making the peanut butter on my own. And this is with dry, roasted, unsalted peanuts. Not salt peanuts. And we're looking for 8 ounces of the peanuts. So hopefully this is going to work. Can you see? Yes, you can see. Okay, good. On. Okay, I'm looking for 8.5 ounces even. Wow, that's pretty specific. I hope I have enough. Yes, it has to be exactly 8.5 ounces, otherwise the world will come to an end. So we have our 8.5 ounces of peanuts. And those are going to go into the blender here. You stay. Don't fall. We had a little crash, he said, as something fell over the other day, which was not good. So very easy. It will take more peanuts than you think. Kenneth, you would the experienced hand here was given so much helpful advice since we started here. So thanks again. You've helped calm my nerves. Okay, so we're getting the 8.5 ounces of peanuts into the blender. And I'm gonna puree. I hope no one has a peanut allergy. Something tells me that no one in Africa has a peanut allergy since everything has peanuts. I mean, it's been very few African countries we've done that did not involve peanuts or peanut butter in some fashion. Okay, here goes. Oh, let me get a little bit of water, just in case. And 3, Africa, you pound the peanuts. Yes. 3, 2, 1. It said you could add a little water. It said so. It specifically said you can add 1 or 2 tablespoons, and I think that's what I did. Specifically, it said so. So I did not make this up. This was not the water was not my invention entirely. And plus, there's, you know, it's going to factor into what's to come, so bear that in mind. Okay, it says I may need to scrape the sides for this. Where is that rubber stamp here? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to give that a little go-round again. Interesting. Yeah, I know they release a lot of water. Okay. Kenneth always looking out for me here. Okay. Okay, one more time. 3, 2, 1. Until smooth. It's not... Smooth isn't the word. It's getting pasty, but it's not of a piece. So I think we got to keep going. Okay. One more time. It's doing a nice job on what's in the middle. It's not doing a nice job on what's around the sides. But it's getting better. So there's that. It's like chunky peanut butter, not smooth. Do you have peanut oil? You know what? I do. That's a good piece of advice. I'm gonna do that. And all this time I thought it would never get to work. Thanks for showing me it's not just me. It's pasty peanut oil. That would be the smartest thing, because that's what comes out of the damn peanuts, right? If this doesn't go in the next one or two, I'm going to do that. Because I don't want too much. I don't want it to burn out. Smells like peanut butter. You know what? I'm thinking that's good. I think it's good enough. Let's put it that way. I'm thinking that's good enough, especially considering how it's going to wind up being used. I declare it good enough. So well, hold on, let me take a picture so I can prove that I did it. And into the bowl. Can you see? Yeah, okay. I just have to keep track on my Periscope people. Again, if anyone comments on Periscope or anything, I apologize, I can't see, and I miss it before it flies away. Such is the nature of the Periscope. Yes. We had a situation here. We're in Palm Beach County, Florida. Tragic situation happened just earlier today. The Palm Beach County Zoo, zookeeper, was doing her duties and got killed by a tiger. It's very sad. It's a lovely, lovely small zoo. And it's one of the few Sumatran tigers in the world. So everyone's kind of freaked out. They thought it was on the loose. It wasn't on the loose, but they told everyone to go hide in the gift shop and stuff. It was quite a thing. It's such a beautiful zoo. And I hope that, I don't know. So I was just reading about that before I came on. That's why it came to mind. Food processor would be better. Yeah, that would make sense. It just said blender, so that's what came to mind. Of course, like, I know. I've tried food processor too. The size with a smaller cup machine would work better. Okay, so here we have this. It's mushy. It's like that. But you'll see what happens to it later. So there's one little lonely peanut left. But the rest are all mashed. The blade is what you want. I don't want to have to go put it in there now. I wonder what happened. My cold ended to the family and tiger. Yeah. And they don't know. They said she was performing her normal duties. It was behind the scenes stuff. Said she wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary, but they're not giving too much information. I think it was something to do with the breeding habits and such. So, because I think they were talking about something about they try to breed them so they could be released in the wild and what have you. I don't know, something like that. And it's very sad and very unusual. It's not the first time I've been in the same town something like that's happened, which is, you know, upsetting. Meanwhile, the machine in the W works better. The machine. Karkar, thank you for the like and the restream. So now that we have our peanuts, we're going to have to chop a tomato. So let me get all this stuff out of the way here. Chop a tomato and an onion. Tomato and onion. Tomato and onion. I got me a tomato. Peanut oil is the secret. That sounds like it would be. I mean, it releases peanut oil. So we got our onion and we got our tomato. I just bought them at the produce stand. I got tipped off. I got tipped off about this one particular produce stand because I mentioned before about the global market that has everything in the world and no one knows where any of it is. It's kind of far from me. And it's a total pain in the ass because nobody ever knows anything there, which drives me to distraction. And when I was looking for something a few weeks ago, when I went to the local grocery store, I mentioned it to the lady at the customer service desk, and she said, "Oh, try this such and such produce stand." And I thought she meant the place that I normally go. And she said, "No, it's near there, but that's not the place. This place supplies other produce stands and other stores." And wouldn't you know, I happened to be driving past it, and they had the green bananas, so I didn't have to go all the way down just for the green bananas. But you want the unprocessed peanut oil that still tastes like peanuts. Aha, see, that would be important. Could I sharpen the blade? Okay, so now, tomato. Tomato. I know I have a trash here. One moment. Food stickers don't go down the food processor, down the garbage disposal too well. Okay, so now you and you, and we're going to core or seed the tomato. Can you see? You can see. Can you see? Oh, I moved you. So now you can go this way. Okay. And you go there. And I need to find a better technique of doing this. So far, this is the one I'm working with. Probably not the best. Thankfully, there's only one tomato. Seed the tomato. So this could be a tomato and an onion. And what's going to happen is they're going to get diced, and then they're going to wind up in the sauce with the peanuts, and that's going to be covering the green bananas, which I should be getting to right about now. So as soon as I finish this, I need to get back to my green bananas that have been sitting here in the lemon juice. Thank you for the like. Metan, I hope, Metan Ergin, thank you. There is no better, LOL. I still have that peanut stuck in my throat. And that's 2, and lastly, and seeding. I mean, originally I would just use the tomato seeds and all. But then, after watching the much missed Swedish Food TV, who vanished off Meerkat along with everyone else, I saw how to seed tomatoes and trying to vaguely trying to mimic that. So I'm gonna dice it. David, thank you for the like. Why green bananas? Because it's a starch. The same way you'd use it the same way you would use peanuts, not peanuts, potatoes. or cassava, yuca, malanga, any root vegetable, it's a starch. And since bananas are very common throughout Uganda, they're used in just about everything, in every meal in some fashion, either sweet or savory. So if they're green, they're just used as a starch, and the same way, like I said, you'd have a potato, they would have something with green bananas. And the same way, you'd have a banana, normally, just have a banana, or it would be in a sweet dish, or plantains, which are like but not the same as bananas. Those you'd have green, or ripe, or even overripe. And when they're overripe, then you can make desserts with them. They're very, very tasty. You can just bake them up. You can add sugar or you can not, because they're very sweet as it is. That's a staple of Puerto Rican and Cuban cooking, and that originally comes from Africa also, from West Africa, I believe. We did a couple variations on that for a couple West African nations back when we were way before Meerkat in the letter C. And there's so many West African nations in general, that were kind of piled up in the early part of the alphabet. So by the time we got to G, I was, I felt like I was halfway done with Africa. And here we is almost done. We have, after this one, we have 2 more African nations to go, and of course the last 2 will be from Africa. Thank you for the like and the restream, Derek. So, in goes our tomatoes, and then I need to go to address the bananas, because they need to be boiled and mashed. And I need to get a pot for that. So we've got our tomatoes, and we'll get to our onion in a moment. But first I need to get to the pot with the... Don't lose the vanilla. And then I'll give you the bird's eye view. The Periscope people will get the bird's eye view when we get to that. Or when we get further into that anyway. Door decided to fall apart in the last moment. They were great for scooping out innards in vegetables. Bananas? Huh. 1 second, I'll be right back. Enjoy the drumming. Okay, so we're going to get 2 cups of water here. I believe it's 2 cups. 2 to 3 cups. 2 cups should be good. And then we're going to put our bananas in here. Grapefruit spoons. Ah! That seems like it's enough. There. So now we're going to put this on the stove to simmer, uncovered, for about 20-30 minutes. Am I right? 30 minutes, yes. Stirring occasionally. So you... 47. So let me bring that to a boil and then bring it down to a simmer so it can get there quicker. The Tasting Table website and Facebook page. Phenomenal. Love it. So always give, like, basic tips and recipes. But the basic tips of, like, why do recipes always say bring to a boil and then lower to a simmer? And I always wondered why, and basically because it's faster. There were other reasons too, but that was the short answer. But the thing is, I need to pay attention to when that comes to a boil. So our onion, let me clean this off. Now for the fish, incidentally, it said to use a grill pan. I don't have a grill pan. I would like to get a grill pan, but I don't have one at this moment. I'm going to use my cast iron skillet. I know it's not the same, but it will have to do. So to chop the onion coarsely, So once more we have a yellow onion. And you... I'm trying this. Oh, lol, I thought I found a new use, lol, for that grapefruit spoon. What good is this spoon? Ah, well, yeah, we have old spoons that, I mean, you see me pulling out every now and then for any number of random purposes. Oh, yeah, the little ones. Yeah. Grapefruit spoons. You know, no one eats grapefruit anymore. Young people don't like it, and the people that used to have it, older people that grew up having grapefruit, now aren't allowed to, and young people either, because it's contraindicated with so many medications, because, you know, it'll do bad things to you. So you don't find grapefruit anymore, because people aren't eating it, or drinking it. Wow, no emoticons. It's messed up. Kenneth, oh, you got 2 there. Oh, someone flipped over. So, waiting on the boil. Waiting on the boil. Yeah, it's just strange for me when I was somewhere in a restaurant. They said, oh, what juice would you like? Grapefruit juice? And I was thinking, who even offers grapefruit juice anymore? I tend to order tomato juice. But anytime you're in especially a hotel, or a brunch thing, and you ask for juice, you know, all I want is a little juice to, like, take medicines or something, whatever, and they always bring you, like, a juice like this, and I'm thinking, I don't need that much. That doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. Okay. So, I need to get me an Afro pick. Did you see that viral video? They have the, you take the Afro pick, and you stick it in, and then you can do this through it, and then flip it the other way, and then you dice it, and then it works for vegetables and all sorts of stuff. And I was thinking, wow, that's really ingenious. I need to get me one. Lodge makes the best grill pan. I think that's what my cast iron skillet is, if I'm not mistaken. I saw them. I didn't know, you know, what the purpose of was them, but when I did the turkey, the meatballs, the sort of meatballs for turkey, and that was asking for the cast iron grill also, grill pan. And I saw them using it on Top Chef, and I was thinking, I know I've seen this before. Why am I not noticing it until now? Odd. Still waiting on the boil. Okay. It said to chop coarsely, so I'm dicing it, but it'll be okay. Big messy. Okay. You. And that's about as coarse as it's gonna get. Caution, language may get coarse. This programmers, we did TVMA for adult situations and language. Viewer discretion is advised. Does anybody get that? Hey, Rob, how you doing? Good night. Thank you for being here. We are mirror-scoping while Meerkat and Periscope at the same time. And I've got a new iPad, so it's all nice, sharp, and clear, and the audio actually works this time. So, yeehaw. Meanwhile, we're chopping our onion for our peanut sauce. We're cooking Uganda. This is nation and country number 181 out of 193. If you're doing the math, that means that we have only 12 more weeks after this one before we hit the end of the line. I have cast iron cookware that is over 120 years old. Wow. Mohammed, thank you for the restream. Lodge is very cheap in comparison. Huh, interesting. Yeah, somebody was talking about cast iron stuff on something I was reading, and they were discussing about, you know, getting a new thing and seasoning it versus getting something used off eBay that's been seasoned and used for 80 million years, and And fascinating conversation, not one that I ever imagined I'd be interested in, and now suddenly I'm very interested. Rob, so good seeing you. How's the diet going, Rob? It looks at Snapchat. It looks like you're having some effect there. I hope you're surviving. But here we are working with peanuts and peanut butter. We made our own sort of chunky peanut butter right over here. And this is going to be for our peanut sauce, which is going to be served over the green bananas and on the side of the tilapia, which is sitting in the fridge being marinated. Hello. I do not like the Belgian wars. That is the coded stuff. I do not like it. When are you doing the UK? UK is week number 184. So that means 3 weeks from this week is UK week. And so we're going to be doing one night of England, one night of Scotland, and one night, sadly, we're going to have to bunch together Northern Ireland and Wales. I have no idea. I mean, I have ideas about England. You know, haggis is, you're not allowed to import haggis. I found out that it's illegal to import haggis in the United States. How weird is that? We could have an angry discussion about other stuff about that too, but not legal. So we'll have to do, but and I know like some innards are not legally sold in the United States either. Like, you know, there was some dish that was calling for African dish. It was calling for sheep lung, and I was thinking, no, I'm not gonna find that. And I said, no, it's a legal sell. It's like, okay, I guess I'm not finding it. Diet's okay. Nice, finally having fresh cooked food. Lost about 5 kilograms. Yay, Rob! Fresh cooked food. Seriously, this, the running and this, the combination has helped immeasurably. Not having the store-bought processed food that you don't know that it has like a ton of salt. So when I add a little bit of salt, oh my God, we're adding so much salt. But we're used to all these things that have 3 times as much salt, but didn't even know it. The old stuff is great. Grandmother's was the head cook for Buffalo Bill. Yes, that's very exciting. So we have the green bananas there. It is 7:26 or 7:27. So that means that these people in Periscope get to go up there. So give me a second and let me move them. No, you're going for a ride. Whee! This time I got magnets on the bottom, and this is tight in. How about, I'll give you this side. Not gonna get both sides, only one. Okay. And the food is great. Thank you. This food is great. Thank you. Mohammed, make sure I get your follow back there. The most amazing effect of the diet is I no longer fidget in bed and wake up in position I fall asleep. Oh, that's fantastic. That's like the best thing ever. Yeah, not being able to sleep is just the absolute worst. So, lately I've been having to get up again at 5 in the morning to go run, which I